Meet Emma, a 20-year-old college student grappling with the pressure of academia and personal relationships. Emma's world seems to revolve around textbooks and assignments, leaving her little time for anything else. She's often found hunched over her study desk, grappling with complex equations and theories, her brows furrowed in concentration. At the same time, she's trying to navigate the labyrinth of human relationships. Friends who were once close now feel distant, leaving her feeling more isolated than ever. Despite being surrounded by a sea of faces, Emma often feels alone. There's a storm brewing inside her, a tempest of stress, loneliness, and self-doubt. But Emma is not one to be defeated easily. She fights her own battles, puts on a brave face, and keeps marching forward. Little does she know that her life is about to take an unexpected turn, a turn that would change not just her life, but the lives of many others. Unbeknownst to her, Emma's life was about to take an unexpected turn. One chilly evening, Emma crossed paths with Tom, a homeless man, asking for change. Emma, despite her own troubles, paused. She looked at Tom, really looked at him, seeing beyond his tattered clothes and worn-out face. She saw a fellow human being in need. Reaching into her pocket, she handed him some loose change, but she didn't stop there. Emma took a moment to talk to Tom, to listen to his story. A few words, a shared moment, yet it made all the difference. In that brief conversation, Tom felt seen. He felt acknowledged. Despite his circumstances, he felt a flicker of hope. And Emma, in her act of kindness, felt a warmth spread through her. It was a simple exchange, but one that left a lasting impression on both of them. Little did she know this small act of kindness was the first ripple in a vast ocean. Inspired by Emma's gesture, Tom decided to pass on the kindness. With the money Emma had given him, Tom chose to make a difference, not for himself, but for a struggling family he knew. A single mother and her 2 children barely managing to scrape by. Tom, with Emma's kindness in his heart and a few dollars in his pocket, purchased food and essentials for this family. This act, seemingly small in the grand scheme of things, meant the world to the family. It was a lifeline, a glimmer of hope during a challenging time, but more than that, it was a spark that ignited a chain reaction of kindness, as the family, deeply touched by Tom's act, decided to help others in their own small ways. They began to understand that kindness, no matter how small, can have a profound impact. This simple act of generosity had begun to create ripples of change. Emma's act of kindness was starting to touch more lives than she could ever imagine. It was as if she had tossed a pebble into a placid lake, sending ripples far and wide. The first ripple was Tom, the homeless man she had selflessly helped. Moved by her compassion, Tom had used the money she gave him to buy food for a struggling family he knew. But it didn't stop there. This family, in turn stirred by Tom's unexpected act of kindness, decided to pay it forward. The father, a handyman, offered his skills to a local elderly couple whose house was in desperate need of repairs. The mother, a seamstress, mended clothes for children in their neighborhood who couldn't afford new ones. Their actions echoed Emma's empathy and goodwill, creating a chain of benevolence. As these ripples of kindness spread, they started to form a current, a wave of positivity that flowed through their community. Strangers began to look out for each other, rekindling the spirit of unity and compassion that had been lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. They were no longer just individuals, but a community held together by the common thread of kindness. Tom, the family he helped, and the countless others who were touched by this wave of goodwill found themselves deeply moved. They saw the world around them in a different light, as a place where kindness wasn't just an act, but a way of life. They realized that every act of kindness, no matter how small, had the power to create a profound impact. Meanwhile, Emma, oblivious to the impact of her actions, had already begun to change. She continued to spread kindness, unaware that her compassionate acts were sowing seeds of change in the hearts of those around her. Unbeknownst to her, she had sparked a movement, a ripple effect of kindness that was transforming her community and soon the world. Emma continued her acts of kindness, and in doing so, she was slowly transforming herself. She was no longer just an ordinary college student grappling with life's challenges. Her small gestures, like lending a hand to her classmates or supporting local businesses, began to fill her with a sense of purpose. You could see it, a spark that was slowly kindling into a flame. It was as if she was discovering a part of herself she never knew existed. It was more than just helping others. It was about creating a network of compassion and connection. Every act of kindness rippled through her life, bringing a sense of fulfillment and positivity she hadn't felt in a long time. With each ripple, she was becoming more confident, more empathetic, more in tune with the world around her. Her transformation was a testament to the power of kindness, but not everyone was ready to accept this new Emma. Emma's change didn't sit well with some of her friends. They began to question her motives, her newfound sense of purpose. They questioned why she was spending so much of her time helping others and not focusing on her own life and her studies. Criticism, skepticism, even ridicule, Emma faced it all. Her actions, which were born out of pure compassion, were now being scrutinized by those closest to her. But Emma, she stood her ground. She knew that her actions were making a difference, however small it may seem. She had seen the impact firsthand in the eyes of those she helped, and in the community that was slowly but surely coming together. She chose to not let the backlash affect her. She chose to stay true to her cause, to her belief in the power of kindness, and she continued to do what she did best, helping others. However, Emma was about to realize the true magnitude of her actions. One day, a classmate captured Emma's act of kindness and shared it online. No grand gestures, no dramatic declarations, just Emma being Emma. The video was a simple thing, really, showing Emma handing out homemade sandwiches to the less fortunate in a local park. But sometimes the simplest of things have the most profound impact. In no time at all, the video was shared, reshared, and shared again. It was tweeted, retweeted, and liked by thousands, then tens of thousands, and then hundreds of thousands. It was as if the world had been waiting for something just like this, a spark of humanity in the often cold digital world. News outlets picked up the story, bloggers wrote about it, and influencers shared it. Emma, our Emma, was suddenly everywhere. She was no longer just a college student struggling with her own problems. She was a beacon of hope, a symbol of kindness. Emma's story had not only touched the hearts of her classmates, but also of millions around the world. Inspired by Emma's story, people worldwide began to create their own ripples of kindness. From the bustling streets of New York to the quiet countryside of Japan, acts of compassion began to take center stage. You see, Emma's story had sparked something more than just a viral video. It had ignited a global movement of kindness. Everywhere, individuals were reaching out, helping others in their own unique ways. It was as if a kindness contagion had taken root, spreading rapidly and organically across the globe. Social media platforms were awash with the hashtag #the ripple effect, each post a testament to the transformative power of compassion. Small actions like buying a coffee for a stranger, volunteering at local shelters, or simply lending a listening ear were making a significant difference. Emma's ripple of kindness had traveled far beyond her own small community. It had crossed borders, transcended languages, and touched countless hearts. Emma's ripple effect had truly become a global wave. Emma was invited to a talk show to share her story. From a small-town college student to an internet sensation, her journey was nothing short of extraordinary. As she sat in front of the bright studio lights, her heart pounded with a mix of anxiety and excitement. But the moment she began to speak, her natural grace and compassion shone through. She shared her story, the struggles, the small acts of kindness, the ripple effect they had sparked. She talked about Tom, the homeless man, and the struggling family he had helped with the money she'd given him. She spoke of the community they'd formed, the support they'd found in each other, but most importantly, she urged everyone listening to understand the power they held in their hands, the power to change someone's day, someone's life with just a small act of kindness. She emphasized, never underestimate the impact you can have on the world. Emma had become an unlikely hero, a beacon of hope and kindness in a world thirsting for it. Emma's journey had led her to a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. No longer was she the college student burdened by her own struggles and lost in the crowd. She had become a beacon of hope, a catalyst for change. Her small acts of kindness had sparked a chain reaction, a ripple effect that had touched countless lives in ways she could never have imagined. In her quiet, unassuming manner, Emma continued to sow seeds of compassion and kindness, each act a pebble thrown into the vast lake of humanity. The ripples were spreading, touching shores far and wide. She was inspiring others to follow suit, to pay it forward, to be the change they wanted to see in the world. Through her journey, Emma had discovered that we all have the power to make a difference, that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact. Emma had truly understood the power of kindness, and she was determined to keep the ripples going. Emma's story is a testament to the profound impact of small acts of kindness. Through her journey, we see a young woman who, amidst her own battles, chose to extend her hand to others. Her small, compassionate actions sparked a ripple effect, touching lives and fostering a sense of community amongst strangers. But what does this tell us? It's a reminder that the power of kindness is immeasurable, that sometimes it's the smallest gestures that make the biggest difference. Emma's story is not just about her, but about all of us. It's about the potential we all possess to bring about change, one act of kindness at a time. And so we end this tale not with an ending, but with a beginning of a ripple effect that each one of us can create. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can create ripples of change. So how will you create your ripple today?